Grace and peace, family. Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women just like you. We want to say shout out to our brothers that's in the digital building as well, that you're always holding us down. Thank you so very much, beloved. We have something to discuss today. We're going to get into the upcoming elections, what we've been discussing for quite some time here. And we're going to, unfortunately, have to invoke Roland Martin, also known as Uncle Roro. So for some of you interesting males out there that are easily triggered, because I'm having this discussion concerning your Uncle Roro, you're just going to have to get over it, beloved, because it's relevant. And it has to do with the lack of Black power. And I'm going to explain more in just a minute. But just a little bit of housekeeping before we get into it, family. As you come in, please come in giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Also, family, put in the chat and tell me where you're from real quick, okay? Shout out to you, Derek, for the first gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Love you, Queen. I love you back. Family, on the count of 3, please make sure that you give us the thumbs up. If you're watching us on FlyNubianQueenTV.com or one of our YouTube platforms, if you happen to be watching us on one of our other platforms, please like, follow, and share. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I see Fort Worth. I see, it's moving so fast. DC, Cleveland, Texas, Oakland, Pontiac, Orlando. Who else? Atlanta, Houston, North Carolina, Charlotte, Chicago, Syracuse, New York, Chi-Town, Indianapolis, Las Vegas, Harlem, Illinois, Philadelphia, Beaufort, Salt Lake City, Utah, Memphis, Tennessee, Virginia, Wichita, Alabama, Ohio, New Jersey. Goodness. I see you all are literally from all over these United States of America. Toronto, Canada, Mississippi, Nashville, Tallahassee, Florida, Cleveland, Vegas. All right, y'all. Let's get ready to get into it. We're so pleased that you have joined us. San Diego, Atlanta, Motor City, Columbia. We're honored. Harperwood. We're honored by your presence. Family, we also want you to know that we have a school for business. If you want to learn how to build your Black business, beloved, please make sure that you check out our school at FlyNubianBusiness.com. Would you? FlyNubianBusiness.com. I just want to give a couple of disclaimers. First things first, shout out to you because I said so. Walaikum salam to you, beloved. Yes, you got that right. From ATL, that's right. Rap that gavel for me one time. I sure will. Somebody talk Black to me. That's just for you. And for the others that have been coming in the digital building, we thank you so much. Laurel, Mississippi. Oh, I know all about going through Laurel on multiple occasions, traveling with my family many years ago, born and raised in Mississippi. But we used to go through Laurel, Mississippi. I see you in the digital building. You too, Minnesota. Thank you so much, beloved. Thank you so much. Now, dear family, let's get ready to get into it. I want you to know that the thoughts and opinions that are expressed by me may not necessarily be those of the network FlyNubianQueenTV.com or our affiliates. But I also want you to know, because we're getting ready to play some audio. Shout out to our moderators in the digital building that's always holding us down. We want to thank you all so very much for your tireless work to keep us streamlined, organized, and what's the word? Yeah, streamlined and organized. And y'all keep the trolls away and stuff. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for Fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, family, I want to say this off the top. If you're wondering, okay, why we're dealing with this, because family, it's relevant, it's germane. That means it's appropriate for the times to discuss this to highlight the catastrophe that is the old dead black media trying to make a comeback. That's important because we're talking about it within the context of this presidential election. Why is the presidential election important? Because it has to do with who's ruling over you in one dimension. Now, you all know, if you watch the Vicki show, I've explained to you black people that we don't even have a president right now. Donald Trump, I don't even know why they call him that, a president. I really don't. For real, for real. The United States does not have a president right now. You're your own president. You're the president of the United States. What do I mean by that? I mean that because of this void of leadership, Donald Trump is an expedition to the fall of America. He's a rocket ship, as Minister Farrakhan said years ago. He said if Trump is elected, he said he was going to send America to hell on a rocket ship. Somebody talk black to me. How many of y'all know we on that rocket ship? He's doing it fast. See, if Hillary and Biden, them, the Democrats, when they get in there, they're going to get us there a little bit slower. But you're still going. What I'm finding, though, is because of Democrats' equal resistance to giving us reparations, they're going to speed it up, too. That's Vicki talking right there. So, we don't have a president right now. You're your president. What do I mean by that? I want you to take this as an opportunity to turn your own house, not into the White House, but into your black house, to a place of power, a place of rulership, a place of importance. Some of y'all are tripping, rushing, trying to hurry up and get back in school, and mad because of COVID-19 when you're not understanding, you're not seeing spiritually what's really going on. Black folk, COVID-19 is not just about the truth and the lies of COVID-19. And how many of you all know there's some truth about COVID and there's also a whole bunch of lies about COVID? How many of you black folk know that you should never get twisted? You should never be confused. You should understand, in other words, that white folk COVID-19 problems are not black folk COVID-19 problems. COVID-19 is a plague from God. COVID-19 has exposed manifold weaknesses in the American government. COVID-19 has exposed America in ways that nothing else ever did. Some of you all are mad. Some of you fathers and mothers are mad because you're having to teach your own children, or you're having to set them up at home, for digital school. Let me help you understand something today. See, when you don't do what you ought to do, or when you don't recognize what you ought to do earlier, like teach your own children, your greatest treasure you have is your black minds. God will force you into it. Now, some of you all are rushing, trying to hurry up and get back to school, because you're talking about how the politicians are lying. You're missing what God is doing in this. You're missing what the divine universe, you're missing its role in this. See, black folk, our life is not like everybody else. You can't talk about us in the regular context. You can't use regular metrics and rulers and standards when it comes down to the mothers and fathers of civilization, the direct descendants of the God. You can't do that. I'm here to help you today. So some of you all are mad because you're having to overlook your children and you're inconvenienced. Let me tell you something. The God will force you to do what we should have done earlier, family. Our open enemy should have never had access to the greatest resources of black people on the planet, which are our babies. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said last century. Somebody say last century. I'll take a sip of water because I'm getting dry because of this medicine. Somebody say last century. Somebody say last century. Shout out to you, Naturally Tura, for your gift. This pandemic has exposed the evil and wickedness of America. You got that right. Triple K America. That's right. But that's what I'm trying to get black folks. Stop talking like you white. Stop talking like normal standards apply to you. They don't. We are special. We are unique. We are a peculiar people. You can't put us in no box. What's the reality for everybody else? You know, that's not our reality. It's always more that's going on for us. What did the Honorable Elijah Muhammad say last century? Did I say last century? He said that if your enemy won't treat you right, some of the examples of not being treated right is what? Rape, sodomy, murder, being set on fire, being lashed, traumatizing your mind, stealing your land, destroying your land, putting bombs in your churches, lynching you, warehousing you, putting crack cocaine in your neighborhoods, putting heroin in your neighborhoods, turning around, destroying black families, poisoning you, weaponizing your music, weaponizing your water, weaponizing your food. If your open enemy won't what? Treat you right, watch this. They certainly won't teach you right. Somebody said we're buffering. Moderators, am I buffering? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. I hope we can get this straightened out because I don't want no bufferage. I look like I'm okay from where I stand. Is anybody? Am I okay? I'm waiting for my head moderator to tell me we're okay. Okay, somebody. Okay. You're good. Okay, great. So family, if there's any buffering you're getting, please make sure, maybe refresh your, be sure to refresh your device, family. Thank you so much. Now listen, this is important for you all to understand this. Not just you all, for us, me, all of us. If your enemy won't what? Treat you right. How in the world are you going to rely on them to teach you right? And teaching has to do with what? Your mind. Teaching has to do with programming you, right? Teaching has to do with educating you. That's a trick right there. So that's important for us to understand. What I'm trying to get you to see is the stuff that's happening in your life. Take a deep breath, beloved. Assess it from a higher plane and ask God for his assistance. Ask the Most High, your creator, for intervention in your affairs. We're at war, beloved family. And when we don't get to the right place like we're supposed to in the time that we should, sometimes God will allow stuff around us, our universe, to assist us in getting there. So stop complaining and stop talking white. Shout out to you, Lady B, for your gift. She said, I love your passion and how you spit the truth. Preach. I love you back, beloved, and thank you for your kind words. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. When you open your mind to reconsider, even when it's difficult, and when you open your mind to a new reality, let me tell you something. Every bit of the universe will conspire to help you. Didn't nobody tell you it was going to be easy? But being murdered by these white race soldiers is not easy. Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, it's not easy when you tell your black son today is not a day for black boys to be out. What's not easy is seeing your loved ones warehoused and separated because of Jim Crow Joe Biden. What's not easy is dealing with the Donald Trump. And yes, he is fanning the flames of white supremacy. The fire was already going, but he's throwing all kinds of gasoline and stuff on it. And he's penalizing the firefighters that's coming to put out the fire. Somebody talk black to me. When Donald Trump got in office, don't forget, I tell you all the time, it's Donald Trump's administration that put out those several $100,000, about $600,000 of your very black taxpayer dollars to study African boys and men so that they can take that information and use it against our warrior class. That's under the Trump administration. It's Trump administration before the holy uprisings took place here recently that gave millions and millions of dollars in military equipment and resources, rather, to these local to law enforcement. It's the Attorney General A.G. Barr, Donald Trump's top cop. I did shows about this before the uprising started recently, where he said to our communities that because we're not, this is what he said, because we're not applauding police officers like folk applaud military folks coming through the airport, he says that we can expect less protection. How many of you all know I was on the beat on the Vicki show talking about this a long time ago? Shout out to you, Star Girl, for your gift. Talk black to us, Queen. I am beloved. She said we need to take the slave chains off our minds. Listen. Don't get it twisted. Now, we're at war, family. And it's time for you all to act like we're at war. Now, I said all that for a reason. What was that reason? God, today. Somebody talk back to me. Somebody be needing to hear stuff that I don't even be knowing why you need to hear it. And stuff. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Now let's get ready to get off into Roland Martin. Oh, I know. It started with me talking about those who will rule over you, right? And me telling you that you don't have no president. You're your own president. Is that right, family? What does that mean? That means it's time for you, family, to make your places, turn your house into a headquarters. Stop complaining about how hard stuff is. And use this as a time to enroll at flynubianbusiness.com and the Black Business School so that you can start your side hustle and get extracurricular funds. I know extracurricular got to do with outside and PE and stuff, but I'm using that word in this context so that you and your family can level up, so that you can have multiple streams of income, so that your open enemy won't leave you stuck like Chuck. And you can start making some other kinds of moves for you and your family. You know darn well you're not going there on the job talking about hotel and assalamu alaikum and free the land and stuff. So that you can spend more time doing liberation work, family. Take advantage of this time and see what spirit is trying to move you right now. What kind of reality is spirit trying to get you to make? You don't have a president. You your own president. Trump is that man on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue where we're paying for his government living. Stop calling him president. Just say Trump. Just say Donald. Just say that orange guy that's over there in that place we built. Somebody talk black to me. Every time I hear somebody say that, Mr. President, I just cringe. Like, why do y'all keep calling him that? Somebody talk black to me. Stop laughing at me, dual. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Now listen, let me get on into it because y'all know I will just be going. Now, I'm grateful, and I say this humbly, for real. I'm grateful that I understood early on the power and the importance of the black man in this war, and me understanding why he is the number one target of these white supremacists. And it is because what, family? You men are supposed to be our front line of defense. You're supposed to secure us and our future. You are our maintainers, is what the Holy Quran calls you. One that provides and protects. So if you are the ones that are responsible for protecting the Black woman, the black child, the Black family, Black society, then necessarily you're going to be the main ones that our open enemies tries to destroy. You've also been strategically attacked politically. I've explained to you repeatedly that the reason why they're elevating the Black woman politically is in order to diminish the Black man. I told you all some time ago that the Democrats were angry with the Black man for giving Donald Trump a greater percentage. They feel like that you're a little more intransigent. You're more difficult to deal with than the Black woman. And more than that, I've been highlighting and rebuking members of the Democratic Party for disrespecting Black men. Now, what's happened recently? You know, I've been breaking down all of these tricks, and I've been calling them out for disrespecting their involvement politically, right? Doing it for a long time. While I was doing that, you continue to see the likes of this little sassy Roland Martin. Y'all know I called him sassy long time ago. Sassy self, just sassy. So Roland, little sassy self and stuff. Remember a long time ago, Roland was calling free-thinking Black folk simple Simon MFers. How many of you all know I was doing shows about that? How many of you all know Roland demanded us to do the absolute impossible? Y'all like impossible. Vicky, I thought you said you believe in the strength and the potential of Black people and stuff like that. But now you sit there and say, yes, there's one exception. This is the only exception to Black greatness. When Roland said for us to kiss his Black ASS, that is an impossibility. It's impossible to kiss all that like that. Impossible. Roland constantly said that to us. Did he not, family? Told us to kiss his ASS. Impossible to do. You can't, there ain't no, it's not possible. It just can't be done like that. Ever. Like nowhere. No dimension, no plane, no time zone, time frame, no dispensation of time. There is no reality. It just can't happen. There's no prayer that can, and y'all know I believe in strong prayer. Y'all know I did a course on the angels that was just a blockbuster. Stay tuned, family, because I'm getting ready to level it on up. So y'all stay tuned for that here pretty soon. It just is not possible. Just that's the one thing that we can't do. Nobody, nowhere can do. And so I kept exposing his discontent, his antipathy, and not just his. Thank you, Shalina, for your kind words. His contempt for Black folk, but not just his, it's Black boule like him. They're disgusted that we as Black folk speak for ourselves. See, the Black boule believe in an appointed group of hand-picked Negroes, hand-picked by white folk, to speak and try to control Black people. And when Roland rolled over, into this zone of free-thinking Black people, he was disgusted, dismayed, perturbed, upset, angered that absolutely nobody gave a doggone what he was talking. Wasn't nobody even listening like that. Nobody cared. Nobody was listening. Nobody was impressed. And Roland took that personal. And so Roland started to call us simple Simon MFers. For those of you that come in here saying, well, why are you calling slowness? You knew. It's fine to be new, but just listen. You ain't been paying attention. You didn't know that Roland was doing this for a long time. Calling black folks literally simple Simon MFers because of our political stance. Well, Roland is scared now. Somebody say scared. Your little sassy Uncle Roro. Y'all know that's the part of his opening song for his thing. He's got it. Whatever it is, he's got it. He's something, 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 something. That's his intro. He's right on time. He's rolling. Uncle Roro. That's what it says. He's Uncle Roro, y'all. It's got a little beat to it. And one time, y'all, when I was getting ready, I heard the beginning of the thing, and this is what I was doing, y'all. I was like, "Ooh, what am I doing?" I found myself moving to the beat, and I was like, "Girl, you better stop that." He's Uncle Roro, y'all. And then he's walking through the city like he the man. And then the song, he's got it. Whatever the da. He's something, da. He's just in time. He's Uncle Roro, y'all. Why y'all laughing? Y'all, whoever helped him come up, this is a little catchy little thing, but I don't know why they told him to put some Uncle Roro with the lyrics like that. He could have left that out. The Uncle Roro. You can't be talking politics and telling big, grown, 41-year-old women like myself, Uncle Roro. That can't be a part of your intro like that, Uncle Roro. But anyway, I digress. So, with his sassy self, Roland's sassy self, had on some guests on his show yesterday, y'all. He had some guests on his show. The Roland Martin that constantly disrespects black folk, that's mad that we're putting demands out there, that disrespects masculine black men. No shade, Roland, no shade. But I'm saying maybe the reason why you got all this friction and tension, with these other black men is because they're actually, let's just say this. Let's just say Roland, I'm not going to call him, a buttery bussy bite brigade member. I'll just say Roland is a different version of a black man. How about that? Let's be respectful. Let's not go all the way there. I'm just going to say, you know what? I won't call him buttery bussy. I'm just going to say he's a different version of a black man. How about that? Different brand of black man. So now that we've got that understood, Roland has been talking real slick and crazy about us. And been ignoring what we've been saying in black media, the real black media. And you all know, and I haven't been the only one, but I know for sure I've been doing it since I've been on YouTube. I've been doing it since I've been a part of the different networks, black networks, giving content. Talking about the importance of the black men. Watch this. Roland has been bragging about all that black girl magic. Talking about how what the black woman's going to do, all this, that, and the third. The same stuff that white folk told him to say in the political parties, Democratic Party, that's what Roland was saying. We've been sounding the alarm about something different for a long time. So Roland is scared now. You know why Roland is scared? Because a new Quinnipiac poll came out, y'all. A new poll then came out. One of those polls that they consider to be kind of halfway, reliable. None of those polls are actually perfect. But it seems to have a bit of veracity to some of it. So Roland been talking all this slick stuff Roland has been talking mad smack about me too, because Roland called me, his words exactly was, shout out to you, that guy from Texas, peace, beloved. Roland actually said, he tweeted this about me, that I was a real dumbass. That's not my words, that's his words. Roland said about your sister Vicki that I was a real dumbass. And when I responded to that, because actually he wasn't even talking directly to me, he was talking about me to somebody else. And he said it on Twitter because somebody, I think, either was saying something kind about me or whatever. And Roland said that Vicki Dillard, she's a real dumbass. And so when I responded without cussing him out, using any inappropriate language, but still giving him, just making it clear where I stand. Y'all know how I do. I don't have to go there. I don't have to say MF and F and MF and you B, 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 B. I don't have to be ratchet like that. And so when I responded to him, he blocked me. I didn't troll him. I wasn't even thinking about him on the radar and stuff. And I didn't have him on my radar until, he called me, a real dumbass. And so when I responded, he blocked me. And of course, he's not the only one. Dr. Mark Lamont Hills blocked me. MSNBC people blocked me. Joe Biden's one of his senior black campaign girl ladies. What's her name? Kareem Pierre. The 1619 lady. Yes, the 1619 lady. She blocked me. At least Tremaine Lee. Tremaine Lee is a black guy that worked on MSNBC. He blocked me. But shout out to Tremaine Lee. Tremaine Lee called me. We talked. I talked black to him and he said his piece. And he unblocked me. I didn't need him to unblock me. He chose to do that on his own. But he talked. It was a good conversation. But the rest of them, they do what they do. And that I can't even think of the other ones because it's so many. And I don't know why they care about what Vicki's saying. But I do know why they care. Because black media is controlling the narrative. And what we say has impact. And we have insight. And we understand the pulse of the people. We're connected to the grassroots because we are also the grassroots. That's the reason why those in so-called high places have their little undies in a bunch when we say something. Now that I put that out there, I done did all that talking. Family, Roland had a panel on yesterday, scared to death about this new poll. Roland thought he was good, cussing black folk out. Calling us simple Simon MFers, telling us what to do, right? Watch this. Roland did a show yesterday, and he has on a little panel, black panel of people and stuff. And most of the times, it's other boule people. Every now and then, he'll have somebody that talks some sense. Like this one man that's on the panel, this one guy, he's going to say a couple things that make some sense. The rest of them just straight, useless boule. I want you to listen to what he's saying. And of course, I've read the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm always very clear. We cross our T and dot our I's because Roland can be petty, not just Roland. And that lets you know the brand of man. That's why I said he's a version of a black man. I mean, come on. He's a version of a black man. So listen. This is from Uncle Roro, little sassy Uncle Roro. They're talking about the election. That's the context of it, okay? I'm cueing it right now, family. While I'm cueing it, family, on the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. I won't show the video. I'm just going to let you listen to the audio. Even though I still can show you the video, I'm just being extra. I may show you a picture, though, in between. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that thumbs up button. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
The Trump Pence.
Great question. So at the Black Economic Alliance, we focus on work, wages, and wealth. All 3 of those things are addressed.
Just so you know, he's talking to a guy from the Black Economic Alliance. Black Economic Alliance. And they've just come out and endorsed Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So he's talking to one of the representatives from there. And then the conversation is going to go into this recent poll.
And Joe Biden's economic plans. And like I said, we've worked very closely together and we look forward to working together going forward at real significant systemic change. I think we have a landscape now politically where we could have groundbreaking legislation and significant reform, particularly led by people who look like us, having perhaps the most diverse administration we've ever had, given the political climate, but specifically things like small business support. He is giving public-private partnerships or supporting public-private partnerships in an effort to increase access to capital. The Paycheck Protection Program in general, Black business owners just do not have enough access to capital, particularly from the traditional banking system. He's talked about making a historic commitment to equalizing capital procurement, investing in boosting home, particularly for communities of color, Black folks. Home ownership is the largest builder of wealth.
I'm gonna skip. That's not me. That's his connection that sounds all janky like that.
Closing the wealth.
All right, then. David Clooney, we surely appreciate it. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Listen.
Thanks for having me, Roland.
All right, my panels, Breonna Cartwright, political strategist, A. Scott Bolden, former chair, National Bar Association Political Action Committee, Robert Patillo, executive director of the Rainbow Push Coalition, Peachtree Street Project. Robert, I'll start with you. Let's talk economics here. So, first of all, this is a group of Black business leaders. Donald Trump has tried to make the argument that he is the right person for the job, but also the Congressional Budget Office just dropped their new report showing that the federal deficit is now $3.3 trillion. It was $596 billion when Obama was president. Donald Trump has added $3.7 trillion to that. And so those tax cuts, and he touts, and I've heard black business owners, Black men say, oh, that's been a boon to us, but the Black worker has not necessarily said the same thing.
Roland, did you hear what Roland said? Roland said he's heard from Black men. We didn't even know you talked to them like that, Roland.
Well, in large part, we have to think about the fact that there's...
Somebody said that's breaking news. Somebody said that's breaking news. They were simple Simon MFers before yesterday.
Much of this is performative, the nature of the reforms of Trump. As in when we talk about the low unemployment rate, it was all built off of the national credit card. We're going to cut taxes at the same time as increasing spending. We're going to not articulate any plan to pay this money back. And then when anything happens to knock us off that razor's edge, we saw the entire economy collapse and now nearly 60 million people filing unemployment claims. We have to have a sound economic and fiscal policy that is actually sustainable. No one believes that our current economic system is sustainable or something that can grow. And just as Trump talks much about the opportunity zones of what they've done for the Black community, what we have not, he also in the same breath talks about the fact that so many Black communities are in poverty, that they have not improved. We see the commercials and ads from many Black Republicans talking about the despotic hellscapes of Black communities around the country, but with no plan or articulation on how they exactly are going to fix it. So people have to get out of the performative nature of public policy and dig down and ask for the dollar and cents numbers on what needs to be done to ensure that we have the economic prosperity that's been promised by this administration and others before it.
When you look, Breonna, when you look at this, again, they are making a financial decision here, the Black Economic Alliance. And so what kind of impact do you think it could have in speaking to Black voters? Donald Trump has made it clear this administration wants to target Black men specifically.
What? So Roland is talking. Roland alleges. Now let me fix this. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Roland alleges a few minutes ago that he talked to Black men. That's breaking news. That's our allegation right now. We gotta verify that. He alleges. Roland alleges that he's talked to Black men. So right now for Black media, because I have not been able to vet that yet, that's an allegation. Okay. Now that's an allegation. But now he's tripping because the Republicans, white supremacists, credibly alleged rapist in chief Donald Trump, sees an opportunity to reach out to Black men. So now all of a sudden, Roland's talking about he talks to Black men now because Donald Trump is talking to Black men. Okay.
Think they can get 20% of Black men voting for Donald Trump. How do they make the argument that they are making a financial decision here, the Black Economic Alliance? And so what kind of impact do you think it could have in speaking to black voters, Donald Trump has made it clear this administration wants to target black men specifically. They think they can get 20% of black men voting for Donald Trump. How are they?
You hear that? So Donald Trump, the Republicans are talking about pitching to black men, even though we know darn well that they're white supremacists. The point is, while Donald Trump and them doing that, has Donald Trump's poll people told him to do that because black men are feeling disaffected and disrespected with the Democratic Party? Is it because they're seeing that Simone Sanders tells black men to shut up and Susan Rice of the Democratic Party threatens an army against black men? And more specifically, a particular black man? By extension, black society? Is it because they're perceiving an opportunity? Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. If you're watching us on one of our other platforms, welcome to The Vicki Show. I'm typically here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. A couple of things. I want you to hit that thumbs up button and that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Fly Nubian Queen TV, thumbs up, like and share. We ask you to do that because you strengthen the black voice because other folks are able to see that we're here. And you increase our digital footprint. Also, follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard.
Make the argument that, you know what? It actually Trump Pence has not been a boon to black people economically.
Right. I think that it's very important that the Black Economic Alliance endorse Biden and Harris. And Trump has been horrible for black businesses. The coronavirus outbreak has been extremely tough for black businesses. Even with the PPP and the economic injury disaster loan, programs in black businesses have had a more difficult time getting these federal relief programs. An example would be in DC at Finch Chili's Bowl. And so it's been an iconic place for black people in DC for over 60 years, and they almost didn't survive because of the wait time for the PPP loan. They were so strapped for cash, they closed all locations except one. And so that shows you how Trump hasn't been good for black businesses.
Okay, that was not deep at all. Shout out to you, Per Se Luxury, for your gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. You said you're amazing. Thank you so much. I trust you're amazing right back. Thank you so much. Keep liking and sharing, family.
Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, what I really like about BEA, and pardon me?
Go ahead. You're live. Go ahead.
What I like about BEA is, and I'm a big contributor to theirs, is that they have not only corporate dollars, but sizable wealth of its black members and board members, and they give money to those who are going to give and invest and select Democratic candidates or even Republican candidates who are going to fulfill their economic agenda, their economic empowerment. There's no other organization like it. Secondly, the problem with Donald Trump, and even when he talks about lower black unemployment, the problem with him is that he has no targeted urban agenda to not only empower black people, but let alone black businesses. If you look at the unemployment that went down to 3, 4, 5%, well, white unemployment went down and so did black unemployment, but the gap between black and white's unemployment numbers never changed, which means he did nothing to close the gap because he hasn't targeted them as part of his urban agenda, let alone implemented or invested anything in closing that gap because he's not interested.
Watch this, y'all. We're getting ready to get to the good part. Y'all pay close attention. Shout out to black media. We've been talking about this a long time. The old dead black media is behind the 8 ball. The old dead black media has been saying what white zaddy and white mama want them to say. And you keep losing. Aren't you tired of losing, loser?
Interested. Those two things have to happen under Biden-Harris. And what BEA is saying is it is more likely that they can keep Biden-Harris accountable in directing black economic empowerment, not only in the urban centers, but all across the country. We'll have to see.
Look, the bottom line is Trump is going to try to make an economic argument to African Americans, especially black men.
That's the second time. Roland is freaking out. Did you hear him the first time? First of all, he alleged she talks to black men. He's tripping because he's talking about how Trump is trying to pitch to black men. Now he's sitting there saying what Trump's strategy is to reach out to black men. Why is he doing it, y'all?
He can't, though. He can't.
Well,
You're right, but he can't.
No, but here's the deal, though, Scott. The Quinnipiac, their poll came out today. It is showing 11% black support. He got 8% in 2016. Again, Robert, the Trump campaign, I've heard it from this White House directly. They believe they got 13% of the black male vote. They believe that they can push that to 18 to 20%. So how does Biden-Harris? I get all of the attention folks had on black women, but the reality is this here. The New York Times had a story.
What are you talking about? You get all the attention that you got. You understand that they had all the attention on black women. You was a part of that black women, bussy. Oh, I said I was going to call him a bussy. I said I was going to call him a different version of a black man. Forgive me. I was the one that was sitting up here trying to let people know that was game that they was running by trying to elevate Cardi, elevate Kamala, and elevate all these other black women. I was the one that was giving Joy Reid and the other funny looking black looking women on mainstream media this work because they were ignoring black male voices. You was right there along with them, talking about all that black girl magic and stuff. You was right along with them, acting like talking about there's an epidemic of sexual assault and all that in the black community, with black men assaulting black women and all this other kind of mess when it wasn't even relevant in a certain particular conversation. That was you. Roland is trying to pretend that wasn't him. It was you, Roland. Uncle Roro, y'all. It was Uncle Roro, y'all. It was sassy.
The other day, you cannot repeat the Obama winning coalition without black men. Robert, what?
Roland must have been watching our shows and stuff. When did Uncle Roro get the memo that you do actually need black men? When did Uncle Roro get the revelation? See, we've been saying it a long time before this Quinnipiac poll came out, Roro. But see, what it is you didn't believe that that fat meat was greasy. I'm going back to my Mississippi analogies and figures of speech. You didn't believe that fat meat was greasy until another white person's poll came out. Y'all don't have but about 2 months, if that now. Democrats, time is of the essence. You guys are not talking about reparations, so you can't be serious. And you guys have an enthusiasm gap, and Trump don't have no enthusiasm gap. Trump could never have an enthusiasm gap because Trump is powered by racists, and America is racist. Trump is always, anybody that's going to push a white supremacist agenda, they always going to have some power behind them. There's always going to be a motive because America is a racist nation. Trump is not brilliant. Trump is not special. Trump is just racist. And racism resonates. Don't get it twisted. I'm not telling black men to go run out there and vote for this white supremacist who's trying to destroy black folk. I'm just highlighting the fact that you Democrats don't have a whole lot of room to be talking. I'm trying to let you know, Roland, you are acquiescing. You are acknowledging that we are right and you've been wrong. Roland was calling us Simple Simon MFers this whole time till this poll came out. And the poll said what we've been saying. See, that's the beauty of black media is we can give you not only insight, the inner workings of a thing, but foresight. You can know certain things in advance. Somebody talk black to me. Y'all keep hearing that thumbs up button, family. And by the way, don't forget, for those of you that have been interested in my replay for that 2-hour angel course that I did, was absolutely amazing. The responses, the testimonials speak for themselves. You can have access to it if you join my mastermind at clubvicki.com. The first month for clubvicki.com is $1. Thereafter, it's a totally reasonable rate. Once a week, I'm dropping spiritual jewels. You have direct access to me in the question and answer online while I'm answering your question in our exclusive group at clubvicki.com. That's clubvicki.com. Everybody hit that thumbs up button, family. And don't forget that you can follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki and follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Vicki X Dillard.
Must Biden Harris say specifically to black men to get their votes in November? Well, to African Americans, especially black men. Robert.
But he can't, though. He can't.
Well,
You're right, but he can't.
No, but here's the deal, though, Scott. The Quinnipiac, their poll came out today. It is showing 11% black support. He got 8% in 2016. Again,
now you hear that other black man talking about who? You guys aren't talking to black men. That's why you don't know what's going on with them. It's a shocker because you've been talking to a different version. And I would imagine, I'm not a man, but I'm just saying from a distance, what I've been hearing kind of from on the streets and stuff, is that probably one of the problems, Uncle Roro, you might be having. You're not really dealing with no masculine black men. You may not know the language of masculine black men. You may not know the language of masculine black men.
Robert, the Trump campaign, I've heard it from this White House directly. They believe they got 13% of the black male vote. They believe that they can push that to 18 to 20%. So how does Biden Harris? I get all of the attention folks had on black women, but the reality is this here. The New York Times had a story the other day. You cannot repeat the Obama winning coalition without black men. Robert, what must Biden Harris say specifically to black men to get their votes in November?
Well, one, they have to articulate a message that actually benefits the African American male. Quite frankly.
Whoa! You got another black man saying that the Biden-Harris ticket need to appeal to black men. God, today, when did they get that revelation? How long has the Vicki show been talking? I just want to know. How long has Vicki been talking about the importance of black men and stuff? All while they was throwing all this black girl magic out there. There wasn't no magic. It was some kind of dust. I don't know what that was that they label magic. And I believe in spirituality. I didn't recognize magic nowhere, none of that they was doing. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. We're so pleased that you've tuned into the Vicki Show. Don't forget, I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Make sure that at the bottom of the screen that you hit the share link, copy the share link, and then you can put it on your social media platform so that other folks will know to tune in. I want you to subscribe and hit that notification bell to receive all notifications because I'm not the only queen here. And I'm so excited because some of you have been telling me that you've been tuning in to some of the other queens because I believe in a collaborative and team approach to things. And so when you hit that notification bell, you'll receive notification when they're going live as well, when these platforms send notifications. That's why I tell you, just look for my show every day because sometimes these platforms be playing and stuff. Thumbs up, beloved.
What Donald Trump has done is do a very good job of appealing to men in the campaign generally, and then specifically to black men. I can name more black male surrogates for Donald Trump than I can now name black male surrogates for Joe Biden.
Ooh, it's some Corona, y'all. Did y'all hear what that man said? This brother right here told him, I can name more black male surrogates for Trump than I can for Biden. See, Democrats don't know nothing about black masculinity's language. Wonder why, Vicki? Vicki, why do you think that the Democrats have such a hard time? How is it? Why is it Do you think, Vicki, that why is it that the Democrats have such a hard time appealing to black men, understanding how they speak? Well, when you call everything they do toxic, when you say them asking you out on a date on the job is some kind of a sexual assault, when you sign 1994 crime bills and throw half their brothers and uncles and daddies away, Kamala, when you are keeping them behind bars, when you are fighting from releasing them from prisons in California, even though the appeals court told you, it was appeals court that had to tell Kamala's folks, y'all got to let these prisoners go free. Kamala was mad. Kamala was fighting because they said, we need these prisoners because we need these prisoners to fight fires. Somebody talk back to me. Roland, when a black man, when you get mad at a black man, Roland is responsible for, my understanding, if I'm remembering right, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Roland, when he gets mad at masculine black men and they tell the truth about him online, Roland will put a copyright strike on it. If that ain't no dude, if that ain't no condensation, if that ain't no moisture, I don't know what is. I thought we was fighting these white supremacist systems that's censoring black folk. You look mighty funny. See, that's what Roland did. Some of y'all didn't know that. Roland gets into fights with Dr. Boyce Watkins. Roland gets into fights with anybody that believe in black empowerment and running stuff. He mad and he fights them online. Somebody talk back to me. Just squirting dude. Mountain Dew. I live in Colorado with the mountains. God, that day. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and share. The Democrats, how is it now that the Democrats are scared to death now? They got that urgency and that fear all up in their voices. All of a sudden, they talk about black men. Just yesterday, y'all was still talking about Stacey Abrams, Kamala, and what's the girl's name? Cardi. What happened? Y'all don't know how to deal with them. What am I looking? What are you looking at right here, family? Simone Sanders, a tweet. Y'all know I don't play. I'm going to keep reminding you. You all know I believe in connecting the dots. And if you forget, Vicki going to bring it back to your remembrance. Thumbs up, family. Hit that notification bell. Some of you may get tired of me saying it, baby, but the nature of the alternative media that you're watching us on means people are coming in and out. So I want to invite them to spread our show so that we can elevate and strengthen the black voice. Don't you know that the only reason why your presidential candidates are talking about reparations is because of us? Dude, when was Roland? Roland was fighting against reparations. Now you got presidential candidates saying what we're saying, just like they're listening to me right now. Donald Trump's folks are listening to me right now. They're listening so they can pick up what we're saying so that they can use it against the Democrats. That ain't my problem. It's the Democrats' time. It's the Democrats' job to bow the knee. It's the Democrats' job to do what we tell you gonna do, and that is cut the check. Y'all got all this urgency in your voice when we've been saying it's an emergency, slowness. Simone Sanders, y'all remember this? What did Simone say February 5th, 2019? Y'all know I gave her this work. Her bio says she's a rabid feminist. I bet you are a rabid. You a rabid something or another. Talking about she a rabid feminist. Well, it's rabid feminist. That's not my language. God is my witness. I do my homework. Y'all have a hard time believing that this is how people operate because you're just now tuning in or you're not familiar with all of the stuff that I know. I wouldn't play with people's reputations and lives like that. Vicki will not knowingly come on here and tell you something so reckless. The linebacker. The rabid linebacker today. If you don't know why I'm saying linebacker family, in the chat, fill the new people in. Because I can't do all of it. It's too much history to go. Simone says, Uncle Luke, remember the black man? He wrote a political op-ed piece on why Kamala Harris would have a difficult time getting the nomination because of so many black folks that she put in prison and because of her anti-black male stance. After this black man wrote a political piece, Simone Sanders said to this black man, Uncle Luke, she says, Uncle Luke is no political mastermind or strategist. Why do black men listen to what this Democratic operative, who is now one of Joe Biden's senior black advisors, said? She says, why do black men keep popping up with their unsolicited opinions about Kamala Harris? You had a black woman telling black men to shut up. And before she told the general black male population to shut up, she told the specific black man who wrote a political piece that he was no mastermind or strategist. What does that translate to me? She's calling him stupid, and she's telling this black man that he has no business even daring to speak in this realm of politics. And the Democrats wonder why they're having a hard time now. Somebody say, make it make sense. You told us to shut up. Didn't you tell the black man to shut up? And Joe Biden hired you as a consequence. Thumbs up, family. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing. That's not the only Democratic operative. I told you I'm going to keep reminding you. Y'all be forgetting. I'm not. The other Democratic operative, Ambassador Susan Rice, black woman who's a swirler. That's okay. That's your thing. But I'm just saying it may have something to do with why you don't understand black men. When Snoop rightly corrected Gayle King for disrespecting the legacy of another black man, a dead black man, Kobe Bryant. Y'all remember that? In response, Susan Rice, y'all know I'm gonna always have the receipts. Y'all know I'm gonna always have the receipts, just like I showed you that one. Susan Rice tweeted out publicly. Y'all see that? So you know I'm not lying and I'm not misquoting anybody, or I'm not taking anything out of context. She says to Snoop, this is despicable. Gayle King is one of the most principled, fair, and tough journalists alive. Snoop, back the F off. You come for Gayle King, you come against an army, and you will lose, and it won't be pretty. You had a former Security Council government official under the Obama administration, former UN ambassador. She was supposed to be Secretary of State, but a whole bunch of white men on the Republican side made sure that didn't happen. She also worked in the Clinton administration. Some tie her to some of the deaths in Africa to the Rwanda genocide, but I'm going to leave that alone. She said to another black man, this high-level Democratic operative, back the F off. You come against Gayle King, you come against an army, you will lose, and it won't be pretty. And Democrats wonder why they're having a hard time dealing with black men. How many times have black men, some of you all may not know this, but Dr. Boyce has been going hard on these Democrats long before this year. And they actually blamed him for problems with the previous election. Dr. Boyce has always talked about economics. I know I've heard of another black man who told y'all to cut the check. And a former presidential candidate actually said that from the platform, cut the check, because they're listening. But what are the Democrats doing? Are the Democrats listening to black men when black men tell you what's up? Are you guys listening to black men? Another powerful black man man told y'all tangibles 2020. Am I telling the truth, family? Now, Uncle Roro, did you ever pick up the phone instead of being sassy online and attacking black men, which I know it must be unusual to be in the presence of masculine black men? But instead of fighting some of the most powerful and influential black men, why is it that you're not reaching out to them and saying, how can we come together to get a true black economic policy and pressure the Democrats? I haven't talked to these black men, any of them, including Dr. Boyce, about whether or not they'll be willing to sit down and deal with him on that. I don't know if they'd be willing to sit down with Bussy like that and stuff. I'm not sure. Are we heavy in here today? 3,000 of y'all in the chat right now, and perhaps thousands and thousands of later on this platform and the other platforms where our show is re-aired. Welcome to the Vicki Show. We're so pleased that you're with us. Family, I don't do this just one day a week, baby. I'm here weekdays. Vicki is here 5 days a week. Right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, 6:30 Eastern time. Even if you don't get a notification, that's why I tell you to set your own alarm, set your clocks, and make sure that you're tuned into the Vicki Show, because I'm always dropping something. Send your children. Watch, rewatch, re-listen. We're in a war, and I want to make sure that you get your war briefing. We're so honored that you've joined us today. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't hit that thumbs up button, would you? And if you're watching us on one of our other platforms later or in another time zone, please like, share, follow, and engage. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm just trying to tell you, Democrats, I know y'all scared and desperate right now, and you should be all of those things. But I told you a long time ago, and I'm telling to America in general, every knee is going to bow, baby, before it's over. And every tongue going to confess. Y'all can play with it if you want to. We will allow the whole thing to burn down. All of your anger and energy should not be directed at us. You guys need to turn that in on the Democrats, Joe Biden, them, and say, y'all better come up with some reparations and the cutting of the check quick, fast, and in a hurry. All of a sudden, you sitting there talking about black masculinity after talking about some throw Bill Cosby away and hurry up and get rid of R. Kelly. Now, sassy Uncle Roro. Sassy. God, today. I'm gonna remind you what sassy did, but finish listening to this last part, because I'm not gonna torture y'all with the rest of his whole show.
When you see interviews of black conservatives, you have Bruce Lavelle, you have Paris Denard, you have Deontay Johnson, you have Malik. And
EA is saying is wealth of its black
justice reform in a way that is
All of the attention folks had on black women, black women, black women. But the reality is this here. The New York Times had a story the other day. You cannot repeat the Obama winning coalition without black men.
Roland is sitting here saying he read a New York Times piece the other day, and then he's talking about a new Quinnipiac poll that just came out. So what's moving Uncle Roro, sassy, is not what black media has been saying, those of us that have direct connections with the grassroots. He's moved by what white folks saying. Y'all are late to the party, baby. Now you understand why we keep saying that's the old dead black media? Roland would know if he was not too busy playing with Hillary. God, today. Talking about some doing some wobbles and stuff. Roland would know if he wasn't hypnotized with Hillary Clinton. Y'all think I'm playing?
You gotta ask her, do you know how to wobble?
I'm sorry, what?
Whose voice does that sound like, family?
How to wobble?
I don't.
You know how to wobble? You just lost the black vote right there.
Yeah.
Karen, the black folks on your staff need to teach you how to do the wobble.
Well, can you show me how you do?
This version of a black man told Hillary Clinton that the way she gonna get the black vote is by knowing how to wobble. Family. but wobble. Only this version of black masculinity will say something like that. Y'all play too much. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Everybody on the count of 3, please hit that subscribe button. Would you do it? Would everybody hit that subscribe button? Thank those of you that are supporting FlyNubianQueenTV.com in every way. On the count of 3, everybody hit that notification bell and that subscribe button. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Thank you so very much. Don't forget to sign up for my ClubVicki.com. Don't sleep in that ClubVicki.com. People are giving major testimonies for businesses, family, where they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in their families, baby. We're getting breakthroughs by the grace of God.
I can show you how to do it. You're going to pick up some votes, trust me.
Well,
but
I got.
See, Roland's political strategy is picking up votes is wobbling. Yeah, I didn't make it up. You heard him tell Hillary, you finna get some votes wobbling. See, real black masculine men, they don't know nothing about no wobble. They feel that that's offensive. They feel like that's pandering. Roland is counseling white folk to get our vote wobble. Just dance for these Negroes. Don't give them nothing tangible. They talk black to me, funny looking self.
See, I didn't already know it.
Listen,
you're going to pick up some votes, trust me.
Well,
somebody say shout out for black media. Come on, y'all. I thank God that one of y'all captured this. Watch this clip. I'm just going to show you the one part where he dancing with her.
But I got to see it in order to know it.
I got to say it. I got to say it.
Not really the music, but I'm just saying.
Okay, who can show me? Come on. Don't be shy.
I'm going to turn the volume down when they try to hit that music.
Told y'all Black Network we do a little bit different.
Well, no, we
don't do that. Real black people don't do that. Watch this, y'all.
You raised it. Now don't leave me hanging.
Y'all brace yourself. If you got children, please beware. It's explicit. I gave y'all the heads up on the WAPs and the Cardi B's when I showed y'all a clip of Suki with the good Gucci and stuff. This is equally as disturbing. This is equally as disturbing. Don't say I didn't warn you. Shout out to black media for capturing this piece of madness. Watch this. Oh, God, today. Sassy finna get up here and wobble and wonder why ain't nothing getting done and why black men ain't listening to you. They don't do wobble. Slowness. Let me make sure that the media didn't put the link, the music. Watch this. Y'all watch. Get it rolling. Hey, 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 hey. Y'all put y'all hands together for Roland Martin and Hillary Clinton. Watch this, watch this. What he tell her? He said, you finna pick up some votes. Watch this. Hey, get it rolling. Hey, hey, hey. Get it rolling. A version of a black man. Don't know which one it is. Don't know what brand that one is. God, today. And want to know. That's why y'all confused and behind. You behind on talking about black men. Out there with their wobbles and stuff. Wobbles ain't finna get that. That ain't attractive to them. That's called humiliation. For them, that's political buck breaking. Don't nobody consider that to be right and good and serious? They running from that. Everybody hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for tuning into the Vicki Show. Again, I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Now, for those of you that are so silly-minded and say, well, what about Trump? And are you trying to keep Trump in? No, slowness. I love you. I say it in love. What I try to get you all to understand is we're not going to vote unless it's something that they're doing that's in our interest, like reparations. Cutting the check will allow black folks to do something for ourselves, like get away from them. And perhaps one of the reasons they refuse to do that is because they want us to continue to rely on their systems. Somebody talk black to me. Y'all play too much. Roland all of a sudden trying to talk black, it's not working. Roland, you threw everybody. Everybody was thrown for a loop. When you had your opportunity, in the face of a white supremacist to prove that you was a man, Roland, a black man. How many of y'all remember that piece of Roland Martin, 2016? How many of y'all remember that? How many of y'all know of Richard Spencer? Roland sat down with an open white supremacist, Richard Spencer, y'all, and interviewed him. And the white supremacist asked Roland Martin a very interesting question. Y'all listen. Thumbs up, keep liking and sharing.
I'll actually agree. I'll find some common ground here. I do think that the alt-right, we've gone from being a movement that was not connected to the political mainstream, not connected to the political fray. We now are. People are paying attention to us. People are looking at us. And so I actually say yes. We need to start maybe knock some of that stuff off. We need to think of ourselves as a mainstream movement that's going to reach people, because we do have that power.
Okay, so are you white nationalists?
I don't use the term white nationalist. I like the term alt-right, first off, and I also like the term identitarian because it gets at what I am, what I believe.
And what is that?
Identity is at the heart of my ideology. So
what's that identity?
Race is a foundation of that identity, undoubtedly.
Now race is simply a creation of mankind. That's a construct. It doesn't exist. I mean, my line is, I know who I am. First of all, I'm Roland Martin. I'm a man.
The white supremacist asked this black-looking man, a version of a black man, he asked him, what was he? Watch this. He said, first of all, did y'all hear what he said? I'm going to let Roland speak for himself. Uncle Roro, listen. I'm trying to cue it.
Yes, we need to start maybe knock some of that stuff off. We need to think of ourselves as a mainstream movement that's going to reach people, because we do have that power.
Okay, so are you white nationalists?
I don't use the term white nationalist. I like the term alt-right, first off, and I also like the term identitarian because it gets at what I am, what I believe.
And what is that?
Identity is at the heart of my ideology. So
what's that identity?
Race is a foundation of that identity, undoubtedly.
Now, race is simply a creation of mankind. That's a construct. It doesn't exist. I mean, my line is, I know who I am. First of all, I'm Roland Martin. I'm a man.
Okay.
I'm a man.
Do you identify as a black man?
Oh, first of all, I identify as a man.
The white supremacist. Vicky, stop hollering. Vicky, you was not going to holler today. You got your white on. Your orange burnt red lipstick. You got your little, you're blinging out, iced out today. Sis, you wasn't supposed to be hollering like that. The white supremacists just asked Uncle Roro with his sassy self, do you identify as a black man? First of all, I'm a man. I don't do it good, so I don't even try to do no pressure. I hit that note talking about something. It's Uncle Roro, y'all. That's about as far as I go. I'm not going to try to talk like Roland because that's almost another impossibility. The next to kissing his, wobble, shall we call it?
Okay.
Identify as a man. And I get
identity matters, and it's not.
Oh, first of all, identify as a man.
Okay.
Identify as a man. No, actually, it's not sexist because if a person is a woman, identify as a woman. Okay. So I'm a man. I'm a Christian. Mm-hmm. Are you a Christian?
I'm a cultural Christian.
I'm a man. I'm a Christian. And then he turned it to the white supremacists and say, y'all listen.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Well, many of us struggle with faith, but I'm part of a Christian.
Hold on. You can't call yourself a cultural Christian and then say I struggle with faith. Have you professed that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior?
No.
What? Why is he sitting there doing an altar call on TV1? Roland is acting like he's somebody's deacon and minister right now. Tell us something. Have you accepted Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior? We're talking about white folks killing black folks because of the color of our skin. And he want to know, have you accepted Jesus as your personal savior? Black family, do you understand the reason why I'm doing the Lord's work by casting out these demons, these mindsets in y'all's minds? You look crazy as all outdoors. Sitting there on the news show talking about to a white supremacist, have you accepted Jesus as your Lord and Savior? See, that's the problem with some of y'all funny looking selves. How many deep expositions have I done for you to show you how they enslaved us in the name of Jesus? There was a literal name of a boat. And they used the bishops, they used the priests, and the Pope to bless their wickedness. And you sitting up there asking them, have he accepted Jesus as his Lord and Savior?
No, I have in my life. I don't. I mean, look, is this an imposition on me?
No. Actually, it's an interview. But see, when somebody tells me they're a Christian, and
I'm culturally Christian.
What is culturally Christian?
I grew up in a Christian background. I resonate with Christianity as
nothing that Roland is doing reeks of black masculinity. Every white supremacist that was watching that's listening, they are all relaxing. They about to take bubble baths right now. Stretching and about to enjoy themselves listening to Roland. They feel like, you know what? Even if Roland and others like him get into power, we good. We ain't got nothing to worry about with them in power. They're not going to do nothing.
And so on.
Okay, I'm going to ask again. Have you professed with your mouth that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior?
Boy, if you don't shut up. And you can, y'all, you see how ridiculous this looks? Family, black folks, we're the most spiritual and the most religious people on the planet. You guys know that I'm not making fun of faith. I'm a deeply spiritual person. That's who I am. That's my essence. I infuse that in everything that I am and all that I do. But when you are programmed with the wrong kind of Jesus that gets you no results in your life and on planet Earth, baby, you look like a fool. You prove that the spell that they cast on you is working. Thumbs up, family.
I have in my life, yes.
Okay, so that means that you're a Christian. So how is it that with what you espouse, how do you find that to be compatible with Christian ideals?
Most Christians...
This is what makes you look crazy, black folk. You will sit there, and as long as a person tell you they're a Christian, and you'll sit there and you'll chit-chat and waste time about that lie and that label, when the results of what's happening proves that they're anything but moral and righteous. This ain't no black masculinity. This ain't what is this? Roland?
Throughout world history agreed with me that identity matters and that race is real and that they're part of an extended family. Well, it's only this tiny slice of world history, like post 1965.
I can only do so much of that, family. Forgive me for torturing you, for making you listen to that. Let's go back to Roland's show from yesterday. Listen to this. Let's get back. Let's finish this up. I'm just going to let you listen to just a little bit more. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. I'm typically here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. By the way, family, throughout the broadcast, you would have seen some important links that our beautiful moderators are putting in the chat. Please make sure that you pay special attention to those, copy them, because you may need to make use of them at some other time. Again, join my mastermind at clubvicky.com. First month, $1. It will change your life. That mastermind is for people that's looking for a life of more purpose and power. It's for you. Are you hearing me today? Thank you for giving us a thumbs up. Keep liking and sharing. We're almost done, family. Don't go anywhere yet. And by the way, if you're watching us on one of our other platforms, make sure that you like, that you share, and that you follow.
Robert, what must Biden-Harris say specifically to black men to get their votes in November?
Y'all hear all that urgency in Roland's voice? It almost mistaken for some masculinity, kind of trying to tremble a little bit, but not quite. But it make you think, well, is that about to be some bass? Is it about to be some bass right there? About to be some bass?
Well, one, they have to articulate a message that actually benefits the African American male. Quite frankly, what Donald Trump has done is do a very good job of appealing to men in the campaign generally, and then specifically to black men. I can name more black male surrogates for Donald Trump than I can now name black male surrogates for Joe Biden. When you see interviews of black conservatives, you have Bruce Lavelle, you have Paris Denard, you have Deontay Johnson, you have Malik. I can rattle them off. I don't know a black man who is speaking on the side of Joe Biden on a regular basis besides Cory Booker. I also...
Oh, Lord! Did he throw some shade at Cory Booker? I don't think he was trying to say nothing about Cory Booker, but he sure didn't act like that was something to be worried about. Nothing to do. Wasn't nothing to worry about by invoking a Cory Booker, nothing. And even Donald Trump's black surrogates, we know that a lot of them are jokes and what's the word I'm looking for? Sambos and stuff. But his point is, what are you doing, Democrats, to reach black men? Are y'all hearing me today?
The first thing that Democrats now can no longer just be criminal justice reform when we talk about the needs of African American men. Not all of us are criminals. Not all of us, that's our first agenda item. And quite frankly, they have to make sure that they're articulating this in a way that is that we can actually repeat and that we can hold them accountable for, instead of simply going to the old tropes. They just launched the Shop Talk series with the Biden-Harris campaign, so they are making some efforts to reach out. I do think that you can't just try to ride the black girl magic train across the finish line. You're going to have to reach out to...
Wait a minute, this brother said you can't just ride the train of black girl magic across... Did y'all hear that? This brother said you can't just ride the train of black girl magic across the finish line. In other words, that's all good about all that black girl magic, but y'all giving the brothers a middle finger is messing us up. In other words, this brother is saying the Democrats, y'all's calculations is off. This brother is mad because he's saying y'all led us to believe that by us bragging on black women, lifting up black women, ignoring black men, telling them to shut up, giving them the middle finger, y'all made us think that was going to be a winning strategy. And now the New York Times piece that came out, this Quinnipiac poll that came out, and looked like they... Everybody's scared. Y'all play too much. Y'all think we playing. Y'all put them time, what's some little things when you put the hourglass? Y'all put the hourglass in the chat. Somebody put some watches in the chat. We need some hourglasses and some watches in the chat. Let this be a sign for you Democrats. Time is of the essence. What is it that masculine, the question of the day is, what is black masculine men telling y'all? They're saying stuff like cut checks, reparations, tangibles. Not wobbling. Not today. Somebody talk black to me.
So when you go to barbershops, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to, your fraternity, when you go to play basketball, whatever you're doing, not many black men are super excited about the Biden campaign. I think they have...
What he said, he's telling y'all, he said, man, black men, they ain't excited about the Bidens and stuff. They're rolling scared. The Boulet's scared. They're really scared right now. And they should be. But Roland, I tried to tell you before Roland told me I was a real dumbass. I tried to tell y'all, Roland. Sounding the alarm then. But you said we the dumbass. Who looks like it today is the question. Did the table turn? Somebody talk black to me. What's going on now that y'all are starting to care and scared now? Are y'all hearing me today? Again, I'm not here to boost up Trump. I'm here to put pressure on the Democrats to say you don't have much time. And they've already told you to cut the check. They've already told you tangibles. We've already said reparations. Why y'all playing?
3 days to fix that.
Go ahead, Roland. They're not excited about it because Biden and Harris aren't talking to them about it. They're talking at them. That's first of all. Second of all, I got to tell you, I think I may have told you this story in 2000.
Y'all listen to this. This is interesting, family. Listen to this. Keep hitting that thumbs up button, liking and sharing. Don't forget you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Phoenix says, Vicki, you're the greatest. Thank you.
2016, the janitor in my building said to me after Trump won on election night, he said, I voted for Trump. I said, are you nuts? He said, nope, I'm not nuts. And then he told me, he said, I'm pushing this broom because an illegal immigrant came in and took my construction job. And the only person that's speaking to that, because I'm still pushing this broom, is Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton never spoke to me about that, or at least I wasn't convinced that she was talking to black men about that, and I lost my job. In that narrative that he shared with me was not only eye-opening, but I tell you what, Biden and Harris better address and talk to black men about that issue and other issues.
Wait a minute. Why is the black boule so behind schedule? How many times have we been talking about immigration? How many times have we been complaining to you Democrats? You Democrats ran to the border. You guys did full-fledged press conferences talking about how illegal immigrants that was coming into the countries, the bad detention facilities that they're in. But you guys didn't do none of that about the prison detention facilities that our people in. You didn't consider that to be an emergency. You guys was tripping saying that he's putting them in cages, but you didn't have none of that kind of energy for black folk behind cages. Biden talks about what he's going to do as soon as he gets into office about illegal immigrants, but he has not said in the first few days of his administration what executive action he's going to sign if Congress doesn't have a bill on his desk immediately about rescinding or trying to rectify the mess that he made in 1994. You guys ignored those concerns. In fact, you're trying to replace us with all kinds of immigrants. You gave us the middle finger. In fact, you got mad and you expected us that while we were getting busted in the head, shot in the back, choked out, can't breathe, messed over on loans, losing more wealth than anybody else during the 2008 Great Recession, screwed out of other increases, finances, victims of redlining, gerrymandering, and too many other things to name. You guys still wanted us to be out there on the front line fighting for everybody else with bullet wounds in our backs and blood coming out our throats and chests, telling us to hand that lady a Band-Aid for her nail that broke. Black folks got bullet wounds, missing a leg, just had a stroke, and you tell that one that has bullet wounds, a stroke, and missing a leg, hand that white lady over there that Band-Aid. Hand that illegal immigrant right there a 7-Up. She needs to get that acid up out her throat. Get over that 7-Up with you. We're not disrespecting any other people groups. We're just saying that these benign neglect policies and the way in which you've dealt with black folks, you guys felt like, oh, black folks are not going to fall for that because Trump is being racist with immigrants. No, we're saying that you guys are putting and prioritizing everybody else over us, and everybody's leaving their countries that's in shambles. They're coming here to experience the American dream on our American nightmare, and you keep telling us just to keep taking it and wait. It's been 500 years almost, but white Negro, we're saying enough is enough. You're taking our kindness as a weakness. I love people all over the world. I'm a mother of civilization. All of them my children. But you finna go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. You don't get next. Who gets next is the 465-year-old victim that's been waiting in line for justice. And if you want justice for us, brown people, red people, yellow people, white people, if you want to experience justice for yourself, you make sure we get it. We're looking at you like, how can they come to this country and not give a doggone about the builders of the country? You come here and you start collaborating with white supremacists, some of you. As your mother, I'm telling you, you better get it right. I'm your mama. How old are you, Vicki? 41. Well, Vicki, I'm 79. I'm still your mama. Blackness. I'm the Ancient of Days. Slowness. Don't get the avatar twisted with the spirit. Still your mama. If I see a decrepit 88-year-old black white woman being pushed into somebody's Kroger, I'm her mama. And then you want to appeal to black folks' sympathies and our kind nature. And when we put our foot down and we say, no, we got next, you guys are starting to say, oh my God, I can't believe it. You hate us. And this, you better go. That's game. See, mamas know when you play games. You see what I'm saying? Mamas knows when they know when their children playing games and stuff. Somebody talk black to me. Thumbs up, family. Keep liking and sharing. Mamas know when that's a fake cry. They know when that's a fake whine. She'll look at you and say, there ain't a lick of tear on your face. That ain't even real. Get in there and take a bath. You come out 30 seconds later. She'll say, wait, I know you didn't take no bath. No, baby, you didn't take no bath. You didn't take no bath. How do I know? Let's go in here. Where's your towel and your face towel and your dry as a bone? Get yourself in that tub. This time I'm going to watch it. Somebody talk black to me. We know when you lying and when you playing game, running game. Y'all play too much. That's why we're giving you real solutions here. When we tell you to go to flynubianbusiness.com, start that side hustle, start your black business. So that you're not 100% beholden to white supremacist systems. I'm finna run that game on us and they're gonna act like that we white supremacists or we racist. No, we your mama, we know you running game and you finna go sit down. Now sit down somewhere.
That are affecting them and their ability to provide for their families, as well as to be economically empowered based on voting for them. I haven't heard that yet, but that's where that 11 to 13% is coming from, of black men who supported the Trump ticket.
Well, I'll tell you, Brianna,
rightfully or wrongfully,
here's the deal.
Rightfully or wrongfully.
You absolutely have to have surrogates out there talk about those issues. And look, and I hear your point, Robert, but the reality is Congressman Cedric Richmond has been out there, Congressman Jim Clyburn, but you also have to go outside.
That's another reason that's running black men off. When they see Congressman Clyburn, all they see is chitlins and cotton. All they see is the field, the plantation. When they see a black man give his all and practically become emotional and use all of his legacy to turn all of the South to vote for Joe Biden and to save his failing campaign. When they saw that Jim Clyburn said last year, I gave y'all the receipts, that it would not be possible for Congress to give reparations, that doesn't attract masculinity. It runs, it repels it. You see what I'm saying? Don't attract it. It's a repellent. You see?
Brianna, of members of Congress. You got to go to individuals who are business owners, individuals who are out here, who can talk a narrative, who can also speak speak to those issues. Robert is right. I mean, here's the deal. There are a bunch of us who've never been involved in the criminal justice system. So, so you can't say criminal justice, mass incarceration, think you're just talking to black men. No, you have to articulate a much broader message. And that, again, that's what they're going to have to figure out. And they got to get it done because Joe Biden cannot afford slippage. He has to be able to have.
Roland is real scared. Uncle Roro, y'all, scared. He said Joe Biden can't afford no slippage. But I thought the black men's vote didn't matter. Thought it didn't matter.
The kind of coalition is actually going to achieve it. Brianna, go ahead.
Yes, I totally agree that it can't just be Congress members. However, there is Black caucus men who are helping within this. Specifically, he has 300 Black ministers nationally that's helping propel the message and being surrogates. And so I think it comes in different aspects within our community. And as we talked about for businesses, but through the church, I do think that there is a heavy target on Black women, as we've seen, and we love Kamala, and it makes sense in itself that the past few weeks, Joe Biden has put Kamala Harris out in front in terms of messaging and what a Democratic White House will do in regard to economic policy, small businesses, and jobs. And so I think concentrating on the labor aspect of our nation and how we can get it better will really drive home a lot of the issues that we're seeing, as a Black man or as a Black woman. And there are definitely surrogates, but we see that he's targeting Black men by pardoning, just the way that he targeted immigrants by doing the citizenship randomly during the RNC, which I don't know what it had to do with anything. So, if people are going to take the symbolic gestures to go over there, that's kind of like hard to fight. But I think people are looking.
Yes, sis, I get it. She's right. Donald Trump is doing a bunch of symbolic gestures. I'm not telling folks to vote for Donald Trump. What I am saying to you, dear family, is that while you're saying Trump is doing symbolism, Democrats are doing nothingism. Democrats are not taking serious our demands for reparations. Wouldn't nobody even be talking about what Trump was doing if you were doing what you were supposed to be doing? This isn't even about Trump. When Democrats say that, it's a deflection from them taking responsibility and serving their main constituency that save their rear ends forever. Keep liking and sharing, family. Don't forget to text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Again, my name is Vicki Dillard. I'm here right here live on FlyNewBenQueenTV.com weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And also, you can see us, some of you all are watching us on one of our other platforms at a different time zone. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow, dear family, I actually might go a little early. So make sure that you are still looking for the Vicki Show early tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure the time, but I may go early tomorrow, but still make sure that you tune in and that you look for me, okay?
Looking for more than just symbols, and they want action. And the last 4 years have shown how he does not help Black America.
I got you.
And I think that's very important.
But Roland, real quick.
I think it's an immigration issue when it comes to Black men.
Robert, go ahead. Well, actually, the immigration issue is a.
Now watch what Roland gonna say about immigration, right? Watch this. The whole time they've been beating up on Black folks, they've been going for the immigration. Roland, you've been doing regular news. You were doing the same white supremacist, Democratic talking points. Now you trying to talk Black. That's fine, but you ain't talking Black enough. Talking Black means reparations. Y'all talking about everything but what we said. We said cut the check. It's simple. You trying to complicate it. You trying to do all of this other stuff to play us with all this miscellaneous mess. That's not what we said. Do what we said. Or get another poll that shows more slippage. We're almost done, family.
Issue with Black men. I can tell you that going back to when I did. Look, I can go back to 2008 when I had my radio show on WVON when that issue came up. How that was a major issue with the callers. But Robert, go ahead.
Well, I think one of the things that's important is there is no current.
Think about what Roland just said. Roland said that he knows that immigration was a big deal for Black folk. He said when he was on WVON, and he said that was in 2008. So Roland, how many times have y'all heard Roland in the last 12 years then talk seriously about that? The reality is you just didn't care about what Black folk and Black men in particular thought. You just wanted them to go along. You was just going to herd us along. And then now your chickens are coming home to roost. Now you're going to sit there and talk about, well, it is an issue. You just told us, fool. You knew it was 112 years ago.
Biden elevator pitch to Black men. That if I was to say, distill down what Joe Biden's going to do for African-American men in a 30-second pitch, most people can't. I think until the Democratic Party is able to articulate something along those lines, it's going to be very difficult to not have Donald Trump get that 20% of the Black vote, because even if it's disingenuous, a lie will travel halfway around the world before the truth can put on its pants, and they just keep hammering unemployment, First Step Act, opportunity zones, and then roll out the black surrogates, that is enough to get you over 20% unless there's a strong counterpunch from the Democratic Party.
Folks, it is 61 days.
Y'all heard that? I just wanted you to hear for yourself. They scared to death. Black family, we done already told y'all what to do. Democrats, you ain't got much time. In fact, you really are out of time, to be honest with you. Joe Biden, who is anti-black male, Kamala Harris, who's anti-black male, and then on top of all of that, y'all are not talking about a black economic policy. It's up to you. Tick, 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 tick. Y'all make sure that y'all send this to Joe Biden. Y'all make sure that y'all send this to Kamala Harris. Y'all make sure you send this to Simone Sanders. Y'all make sure you send this link to Kareem Jean-Pierre. Y'all make sure that y'all send this to the DNC. Make sure that you send this to the DNC War Room. Make sure that you send this to Susan Rice and them. Make sure that you send this to Barack Hussein Obama, Michelle and them. Y'all send this to any and everybody that you can think of, so let them know ain't nobody playing with them. Thank you so much for tuning in, dear family. I cannot wait to see you again. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm here weekdays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. I can't wait to see you on Twitter at Dillard Vicky and on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. That's Instagram, Vicki X Dillard. It is my privilege, my honor, my bliss to serve you. Thank every single one of you. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace. Mwah.